Welcome, class, to Kitchen 101, where we teach you how to think like a chef. How to cook, not what to cook. Today we'll be continuing our excursion into Eggland by looking at poaching. So grab yourself a pen, paper, and about 3 inches of water. That's not 3 inches. So grab yourself a pen, paper, and about 3 inches of water, because I'm Professor Kitchen, and class is in session. Poaching eggs is one of those techniques that seems very difficult to do right. It looks complicated and messy, and in a way it is. There are some techniques that you can use to improve your results. Today I'm going to give you 15 tips for making perfect poached eggs. Number 1, use the right sized pot. Your pot needs to be at least 6 inches deep, but not too deep. You're not making a batch of soup for the army. Something too shallow and the egg is going to stick to the bottom. Too deep and you're going to have trouble getting the eggs in and out. Number 2, use the freshest eggs you can. The older eggs get, the more albumin starts breaking down. The older the egg is, the more likely that the white will separate from the yolk in the cooking process. While a free-floating yolk looks pretty cool, it's not a perfectly poached egg. Number 3, use room temperature eggs. If you live in the States and get your eggs from a grocery, then your eggs have been cleaned by the packaging process and need to be refrigerated in order not to go bad. Make sure you take these eggs out of the fridge at least 15 minutes before you start cooking. The colder the eggs are, the more will throw off your cooking times. Number 4, put about 3 inches of water into the pot. You're going to need enough water for the egg to float in without sticking to the bottom. However, too much water and you're just wasting energy and time trying to bring it up to temperature. 3 inches is the Goldilocks amount. Number 5, don't crack the eggs directly into the water. Put the egg into a ramekin or bowl or something first. Once the egg touches the water, you're not going to be able to inspect it to make sure it's okay. Crack the egg into a small container and give it a once-over to make sure that there are no problems with it and that you didn't get any of the shell in there. Number 6, bring the water to a boil and then back it down to a simmer before putting any eggs in. This process assures that all of the water is at the right temperature. Poaching is a cooking method that relies on the right amount of heat being applied for the right amount of time. Since you can't really check your egg while it's in the water, you'll need to make sure the temperature is correct so the egg will cook properly. Number 7, adding vinegar can help keep the albumin together, but it tastes rather nasty. Does vinegar work? Yes. Can you taste it on the egg? Yes. Well, I can. I've seen lots of cooks say that they can't. Try it for yourself and see how you like the outcome. As a side note, I've read where you can get rid of the vinegar taste by rinsing off the eggs after you pull them from the cooking vessel. I'm not sure if this method gives enough value add to make it worth the extra work and dishes you're making. If you rinse the egg, then you're going to need a bowl of nearly boiling water to dip the egg into, or else the egg will get stone cold. That means you're going to have to dirty more dishes and use more water and energy. I just don't use vinegar. You do what's best for you. Number 8, use the Vortex method for putting your eggs in the pot. Take a large spoon and swirl the water around in a circle. Then drop the eggs directly in the middle. This will cause the albumin to wrap itself around the yolk and help keep the eggs together. Just remember, you're making some spin in the water, not creating a town-devastating water spout. Don't get too excited about the spin. You don't want to make a mess all over your stove. Number 9, put the eggs in as quickly as possible. If you try to get every drop of egg out of the ramekin, then you're just going to make a mess all in the water with egg floaties. Just quickly drop as much albumin as will come out with the yolk and move on. I promise that no kids in Africa will starve to death because you didn't use every drop of that egg for your breakfast. Number 10, cook the eggs on a simmer. Don't let the water get too cold or too hot. You want to keep the water at a simmer. A simmer means that you can see a few small bubbles, but not a lot and no big ones. No bubbles means the water is too cold, and too many means it's too hot. Don't be afraid to adjust the temperature of your burner to keep the water at a proper simmer. Number 11, use a timer. Poaching is a science, not an art. Don't try and feel when the eggs are ready. 2 minutes on a simmer will give you an egg with a solid albumin and a liquid yolk. 15 seconds on either side of that can affect the outcome of your egg. Number 12. Remove the egg with as little water as possible. Keep the water in the pot by using something like a slotted spoon to remove the egg. If you have a spider, you're going to be tempted to use that. Don't. Egg goopies will get all over the teeny little wires, and you'll have a dickens of a time getting them all off. Stick with a slotted spoon or slotted spatula. Number 13. Dry the egg off before you put it on the plate. You're making poached eggs, not egg soup. Get the water off. I like to use a paper towel to dry mine off. I've seen some use a clean dish towel. And whatever peels your banana. Number 14. Season immediately. Unfortunately, there is no way to season a poached egg while it's cooking. It won't really absorb flavors from the water, and you're wiping the water off after you pull it out. That means you're going to need to season it after you pull it. Always season foods while they are hot. This helps the flavors meld better. Number 15. Get good with poaching one egg before trying two at once. It is possible to poach 2 eggs at one time. I would suggest getting good at doing just one before trying 2. 3 eggs is too many. It will suck away way too much heat out of the water, and your eggs just won't cook correctly. Just stick with 1 or 2. Poaching is a great way to effectively cook delicious eggs. Because it is more of a science than an art, there are quite a few rules that you need to follow in order to get it right. Don't let that scare you. Like anything else, practice makes perfect. If you would like to see more videos like these, all you have to do is hit the subscribe and the bell buttons down below. If you have some poaching tips, please leave them in the comments section below. Thank you for coming to class today. Hope you all have a great week. God bless. Class dismissed.